So you moved to ICU stat.
Went into Thursday. First thing, early they were still saying that there were no beds available. Fortunately, the nurse practitioner called and made somewhat of a scene. We were moved to cardiac ICU. And they immediately started prepping me, sending me down for a right heart cath. Did the heart cath, they went in through my neck, they put swan in and formed the heart cath.
The heart failure doctor and basically said that everything seen from the day before, the same through this cath, and he was too unstable to do any sort of biopsy to look further into what had caused it, but ultimately things weren't looking good.
So the initial plan was to do the right heart cath and then later in the day do the left heart cath. They decided to push the left heart cath to the following day just because of how critical I was. So went back to my room in ICU. They did order another echocardiogram. Very similar results when the doctor came in. Told us my heart was not functioning very well. It was severely dilated. Really no improvement from the previous day. However, I did feel a little bit better.
Because he got the sweetest picture from his baby.
The first night in ICU, and no visitors are allowed after 9 p.m. First night coming home to no one. Jordan didn't have anyone to stay with. No one got sleep that night. Friday the 29th was Jordan's 30th birthday.
Woohoo, in ICU. Started out with the left heart cath.
That doctor came in, had no blockages, clean as a whistle. His EF was actually closer to a 5%. Ultimately, that Jordan would have passed by the end of the week if we had not made it to the hospital when we did. Said, thank God we made it, and thank God he's alive.
He also said that whatever had caused this had come and gone. There was not an active infection in my heart dealing with the heart failure from the damage that had been done from whatever infection I did have. My heart failure doctor came in to go through the results. And the one thing that I vividly remember from that, he told me I was at 5%. He said, it's not looking very good. And he looked me in the eye and said, you have 48 hours to make dramatic improvement or we're flying you to Atlanta. That was when it kind of sunk in for me and kind of hit rock bottom. It was time to dig in and fight.
I'm in tears, hiding in the corner because I didn't want Jordan to see me crying at all in the hospital. The LVAD coordinator comes in. He's watched this video. Do we have to do this right now? And our nurse looked at us and said, like, just get it over with and be done with it. And I asked Jordan if that was okay. We watched the video in the bed together. It was another point of disheartening information.
On the bright side, after we were pretty down from the LVAD video, we did have a lot of visitors show up for my birthday. Cardiac ICU is not exactly the place that you want to spend your 30th birthday. Looking back now, I'm just fortunate that I was alive for my 30th birthday. Lots of visitors, lots of videos. Thank you to everyone who participated. That definitely cheered my spirit up, gave me hope.
I think my favorite part about that day was when you got up and walked around for the first time.
I know, Joey.
Where's the elevator?
Jordan!
You want us to pull the car up front for you?
I had just completed my first walk.
He saw you walking.
Yep, he showed up on the floor as I was finishing the walk. And then I was sitting down in just a regular armchair instead of laying in the bed when he walked into the room. And you could definitely tell he was kind of taken back when he saw me that, wow, this is the same guy that I just did a heart cath on and his EF is at 5%.
Said, smart man. Leaving that night, I just cried the whole way home. I cried all night long. Even though he had just had a short walk and was sitting up and the doctor was taken aback by him in his progress. Mentally, that was the worst night. I really didn't know if he was going to make it home at any point, at any time soon. It was hard. Key thing about Friday night, 4 days, I kept telling him, Jordan, you need to download the MyChart app. And He finally got into my chart on Friday night.
I now discovered my chart, which had every single result from when I'd been in the hospital and even back before some of the previous appointments.
We need to do some cuts.